Week 18 of the off season. I went out of a deload nice and fresh. Bench moved really nice. Misloaded. This should have been a little lighter. And I was out of it, but I got 431 there for 2, which is moving really good, all things considered, with the supplementation and everything being pretty low. Yeah, a bunch of back downs, triples here. Moving good. I'm noticing on the back downs, I like to take the wrist wraps off now that I'm doing the thumbless, and it's just, I don't know, feels a little more comfortable. Still prefer the wrist wraps on at higher weight just for that added security, but I think what it is it ends up putting pressure on my wrist a little more on the right hand, and that's the one that's causing me, I don't know, there's something tied in with the compression of my wrist and my forearm, like the bones of my forearm and the elbow, and that like bone spur that's building up. I have a requisition for an x-ray. I just gotta get everything booked in and get it checked out. I'm thinking if it's probably a bone spur, I'm probably gonna need some arthroscopic surgery for it, but I'd rather get that done just out of the way so I can stop having this be the limiting factor on my bench. The thumbless grip is making it a lot more bearable, but I can tell it's still beating the elbow up. It's causing lockout issues. Squats, I don't know what it is, but I went a little more toes out the last couple heavy weeks, and I'm dropping down lower, legs feeling strong again. I tried this earlier in my rehab, and or like when I was coming back from the injury, and it just didn't feel powerful enough. But since we started bumping up the leg work now the knee's feeling good, yeah, I feel strong as hell again. This is 535 for 5. My best 5 I've ever done raw on SSB has been 547, and this was easier than that. So I definitely have more in the tank than that. And right after I did that set of 5, I got a 683 all-time max on the SSB, which ended up being higher than my straight bar at the time. So that's very promising, especially being the off season, because I was on a pretty heavy bulk diet and supplementation regimen at that point. So happy where squats are going, happy that everything's feeling strong, no pain, and I'm gonna see where this takes me. Take it slow. The meet's in early to mid-July, so I got plenty of time to build up and save the good stuff for the end. It was a light week on deadlift. We've been alternating heavy squats and light deadlifts, and then light squats, heavy deadlifts. But I decided to take this opportunity to try to work on hook grip. Finally starting to get the hang of it, and I realizing why I was getting so much pain originally. My thumbs, I don't know, as I got bigger, my thumbs got very meaty, and there's a lot of slack on them. When you try to grip around the bar, if you choke up too hard, it'll just rip the skin so much easier than it used to when I had smaller hands. And what I have to do is kind of place the thumb on the bar and lay it down methodically so that nothing bunches up, and then I can grip it, and then there's no pain. I just gotta pull the slack out of it a little bit before I do that. So yeah, I tried various widths today, and they all feel pretty good. Did straps today just because the thumbs are pretty beat up, but yeah, I'm gonna see if we can make this a viable comp option. And then just some double overhand holds at the end. I don't know, I set up a little differently today. I kind of like pulled the slack out of it a bit before I pulled up, kind of like I do with hook grip, and it was way better. I guess probably what happened is it was sliding less on the way up. I was able to hold it longer. But yeah, pretty good. Excited for the next week. So yeah, talk to you guys next week.